There's almost no place I go in Jacksonville, no matter what I need, whether I'm going out to eat, I'm looking to shop a little bit, that I don't end up in a Hakimian property. They look great. They've always got the best tenants, and I feel good and safe when I'm in one. I've brought Blake Hakimian in with us today to share some thoughts on how they've got this thing to the place that it is and where they're going in the future. Blake, welcome. Happy to have you.
Thanks for having me, Wally. I appreciate it.
It is fun for me, especially in Mandarin. My office is in Mandarin. Almost anywhere I go, I say, let's go to lunch. I end up in one of your properties. I need to ship something. I end up in one of your properties. Did you do this specifically for me, or did I just end up gravitating to your properties?
We started with Wally in mind, and then we moved on. No, we're able to get those properties because we're a locally owned, private, small commercial real estate operator in Jacksonville. So when we look at real estate, we are constantly driving up and down this market every single day. We live, work, and breathe here. And we're paying attention to the markets. Is this side on the upturn? Is this side on the downturn? And we're very patient because we're a private company. We don't have a board of directors breathing down our necks saying, you got to buy, you got to sell, you got to recapitalize, you got to do all this different stuff. So we can sit down and not buy a property for 5 years. It doesn't bother us. But when we're paying attention every single day, we look at a property and say, okay, this side's, like as my dad would say, looking good in 5 years, looking better in 10 years, looking even better in 20 years. We want to be here. And we look for the right property in that area. And we're going to wait for the right opportunity to come. And opportunities like this happen all the time where, a property owner passes away, passes the children, the property. The children don't want to operate between the 5 of them. They would just want to sell, be done quickly. So because we're so patient, we're sitting on cash, and we'll be able to close in 30 days. Well, when a property doesn't sell in 6 to 8 months of bidding, when the price has been bid up and close in 30 days instead, we're able to buy a property that could have been $300 a foot for $100 a foot. Well, when you buy a property for $100 a foot in a $300 a foot market, you can pass those savings on to your tenants.
One of the things I've noticed also, Blake, is and I drive up and down the same streets that you do, and as a property inspector, I have that eye.
Yeah.
I'll notice something that starts to look a little haggard, a little worn, and think, gosh, that's a good spot. It's not looking right. And the next thing I know, I'll see a Hakimian sign going out front. I'm like, yeah, this baby's going to be polished and it's going to be sweet really, really soon. I like that. I was especially impressed to see the property that you did there north of 295 in Mandarin, where you went vertical with it. You took something that had been there 20, 30 years as a single story and made it a 2-story. That was really creative. Right. What challenges did you have to face to go vertical in a building at that age, and then parking and all the other things you had to solve? How did you do that?
That's a unique building. It was actually, there's already a piece of it upstairs, but it was hidden. You never would have paid attention to it. It's almost like an attic. Actually, our old offices were in there. And when we sold and got into a new building, we said, let's make this thing look like it's going to stand out and put some real money into it. And we did that, made it look beautiful, the lighting, the painting, and people drive by now and thought, I didn't think anything was there. Was there trees there before? And people say in Florida you can't lease the top floor because no one likes to walk upstairs. But we put medical office up there, backfilled with medical office. And the property is going to be at 100% in about a month full. So there's always creative ways to work on properties.
I would imagine, too, that dramatically helped the foot traffic to the tenants in the first floor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really added value for everyone.
Yeah. People drive down San Jose Boulevard, whatever catches their eye, they're going to pull into.
So if I'm a small business owner, I'm a restaurant owner, and I'm looking, location, 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 absolutely important. Help me understand, or help that potential tenant understand why local management is so critical when we're choosing a building.
Sure, absolutely. So but the thing I was saying earlier about being able to buy cheap, when we buy cheap, we pass those savings on to our tenants. So we have tenants that have been with us for many, many years, loyal to us, who can't afford to be in markets where rent is $30, $35 a foot. But because we bought it cheap, we can pass those savings on to the people that we work with. They're our partners in that. And so they benefit and we benefit. And so we look at it as not landlord and tenant. I don't even know what the word landlord is. I mean, lord of lands, right? It's an old-timey term. We're property owners. We do what we do best. We look for the right locations. We buy them right, and we pass those savings on to the tenant. And then from a management perspective, because we live here, we have eyeballs on the property, as my dad would say, 2 to 3 times a week. We're always looking at that property. So when it looks a little creepy, when there's not good lighting, when people don't feel comfortable getting out at night because it's not well lit, the landscaping's not good, the asphalt's not looking good. We're paying attention to that every single day. That's why centers look like almost like a Disney World effect, where it looks great, but you have no idea what people are even doing. You know, Disney World, they shave down all their landscaping. You never see a single guy with clippers because they do it at night. They do it quietly, do everything very efficiently. So we pay attention to everything because we're right here looking at it every day.
Well, the efforts that you put in absolutely show. For folks who'd like to learn a little bit more about Hakimian and possibly,
sure,
I won't say become a tenant because we don't like that word either, right?
Oh, no. I mean,
partner with you in the success mutually of your businesses together.
Yeah.
What's the best way to get hold of you, Blake?
If you want to come into Jacksonville, Florida, and you want to open up a business today, and you want to be in any of our million square feet surrounding the area, call us at 904-757-4000 or hit us up on HakimianHoldings.com.
HakimianHoldings.com. I want to thank Blake for spending time with us. You've been spending all this time in his properties. You might as well spend some time with Blake.